Now this I like. This is just a simple, good old-fashioned 35-foot family sports cruiser. These boats are great. This whole concept, you don't see as much of them as you used to, but they just work so well. I never understand why not. It's a Cranchi Z35. We're going to step on board and I'm going to give you the full tour. So we've got the fixed bathing platform here, but you can pull a tender up onto here if you want to, and that one there is just a bit of storage, which begs the question, where's the ladder? And that is tucked in the back there. Actually, that's a pretty good place for it because you can reach that in the water. If you've dived off a boat and then thought, I haven't put the ladder down, you'd be relieved to know that. And then here, you've just got this wonderful big open cockpit area. We've got the bimini up at the moment. You could fold that back as well if you wanted to, or you can infill all of this to enclose this entire area. But it's a great place when you're out at anchor, got friends around, you can sit and have a drink around the table. Superb. Over on this side then is a barbecue and sink like that, and there's also a fridge up here as well. So it means you can cater for this area really well. And then if we head on forward, there's a big seating area around here, and the helm over on this side. Just slip my shoes off and we'll take a step up. So there's one step up here, which means that when you're at the helm, there's a lift bolster, and you can stand here, and that's your view right out across the front. Terrific. The space here for a multifunction display or engine instrumentation you can see across here. That, I think I'm right in saying, is depth. In fact it is, you can see it just there. And then you've got things like your engine controls, your bow thruster, switch gear, all that kind of thing. It's all done there. I like this one spoke steering wheel as well, that's pretty cool. If we head on down below, no surprises here. This is exactly how this size boat always used to be, with a cabin at each end and a saloon in the middle, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that as a layout. So this is an area you can come down to of an evening, tuck yourself away. You've got quite decent sized windows in here as well. TV up on the wall just there. This table will fold out for dining, or you fold that away and that just gives you a bit more access through here. Switch panel is over on this side, and then if we have a look up here, this is storage up in behind here, and the galley is opposite. So if we head over here, you can see you've got the sink, you've got a 2-burner gas hob, cutlery drawer in there, and the fridge is in there, and tea towel holders. How practical is that? These, incidentally, these are the lids that will go, pull that one out, I'll show you, that sits on there. So if you wanted a bit more workspace, then you can have it by doing that. And then up here, storage for your crockery and glasses. And that one is a microwave. There's actually a ton of headroom in here as well. For a 35-foot boat, that's not bad at all. Okay, we're going to head forward first of all. So owner's cabin up here in the bow, decent enough size, and you've got, again, hull windows and storage in places like this. I like the lighting that's in this rail up in behind here. More storage here, and you can see there are blinds that drop down so that you can cover those if you want to. There's a hatch up above us. I think the sunbed cushions are on at the minute. We'll go up that way in a second. And then more windows over here as porthole. These round ones actually open, so you can get a bit of ventilation through here, and of course these are storage along here. But if we head on back, we will find the heads. That's quite a decent size, and you can see there's a shower in there as well. And then we go back here, and this is the mid cabin. This is what I mean about it being a great family boat, because you can have the parents up at the front, the kids back here, or if you're taking friends along, then they've got their own cabin back here, and that's just a really nice setup. So some pretty decent headroom. It does drop a tiny bit, but out here you've got standing headroom, And in fact, you can also infill this to make a double bed if you want to. Reading lights up there on the wall, a little place where you can sit and get changed, somewhere to take your socks off, and a little dressing area just there. And again, these little round windows are opening, and then you've got larger hull windows as well, and blinds here that drop down. That's storage up in there. So that is a locker, hanging locker, and these fellas here, they will go on that table, so that if you did want to have a bit more sleeping, most people come and stay occasionally and want to sleep 6, well then you can drop this down and make that into a bed as well. Excellent. Let's come on round. Let's have a look under the floor actually, because there's all these traps underneath here. I'm curious to see what's under them. Ah, storage bins, that's good. It's just making full use of the space. There we go. Somewhere for the reserve tomato ketchup and Marmite. There we go. Okay, let's come back out of here. And what we will do this time is take a step round. I'll put my shoes back on. There are in fact 2 ways onto the foredeck. You can go around the side, which we are going to do. In fact, no, we won't. I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll show you around the side. So there's steps up here, and there's rails all the way back, handrail there to hold onto as you come up and out. But there's another way, and this is quite handy, because if you're at the helm and you want to get up on the foredeck in a hurry because you're berthing and you're short-handed, rather than coming out through here, down through here, up there, back past the helm and then to the foredeck, what you can do, and it's best to close this door if you're doing this, is there are some steps built in here, and there's an opening section of the screen. Drop that back and you're straight onto the bow. There we go. Anchor winch on the front and a little seat so you can sit and look back at your lovely craft. And that circular area there, that is that hatch over the forward cabin. So if you open it from inside and push, it just comes straight up and open. Very good. Let's go back this way just so that we've gone around the whole area. So there's a handle there, and then we can just step down and back in, and what I will do is just close that a moment, because otherwise I will forget later. There we go. Open that back up. So the last thing to talk about is the engines, and they are back underneath the floor back here. What's a manual bilge pump? That little fellow there's electric ones as well. That's just a backup. And if we turn that and lift, engine access. So let's see if we can drop down here. There we go. We don't have any lights on in here, but I think we have enough light shining through to be able to see what we've got, which is a pair of Volvo Penta D4 270s. Now what these are giving the boat is about 34 knots flat out, so decent enough performance, cruising there for 25. That's what most of us do with this style of boat. And the range on this, we're probably looking at about 240 miles. But decent enough engine room. What I like is that you can get in front of the engines. In fact, even a little seat you can sit on. Obviously that's good because you can get in and around. Sometimes you look in these engine rooms and they put this bulkhead right back against here, and you wonder how you're going to get in there, but that's not too bad. I mean, it is a small boat, so you know, it is what it is. That's the central heating over there, diesel fired heating. There's a little shelf in here as well for canopies and that kind of stuff, which is quite handy. They're in there at the moment, in fact. Yeah, there we go. Compact and bijou. That's all we need though. Brilliant. Let's come back out of here. drop that one back down. There we go. And I'll go and sit over here in this rather inviting position, I think. And so there you go, Cranchi Z35. It's an Italian boat. This one's for sale with Ting Ding Boat Sales, who's the dealer here in the UK. And I think it's a great little boat. I like sports cruisers of this style. Very much would be my next step when the budget allows, something of this ilk. So there we go. Anyway, let me know what you think of that one, and we will look forward to catching you on another one of these tours very soon. Take care. Goodbye.